Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Minotaur, at tier 10 British cruiser. I'm on the map hotspot and it's arms race. There is no carrier, there is no sub, there is one raider. Well, I suppose the Yang could have raided too. So far, our team has collected 2 buffs, so has the enemy, and I'm in a position here on this flank. We've got the buff that he spawned sort of centrish, but the next buff is going to be an issue, because the enemy team has a Baltimore there, so this is going to be a very tricky thing to grab. We've found the enemy Akizuki, maybe I can get a few shells in, maybe I can't, we shall see. Now I have Viper with me in the Summers and Youth in the Rooster. There is also a battleship and a Shorts here to potentially help out. Although we have mostly just sneaky ships, right? Us cruisers wanna be behind islands on the smoke screen, and their destroyers wanna be undetected, so we just have the Brandenburg, and actually the Brandenburg is leaving. Now we've had a Pommern that charged into the center and got wrecked. Who would have known? I'm not sure why the Pommern tried to just go straight through the middle, but it wasn't very helpful. Meanwhile, the enemy team has a lot of forces in the 9-10 line. While they haven't done anything useful so far, they are probably going to grab that cap. And as I've said, we can't get close enough to do anything. There is a Baltimore there with Raider. I mean, also the Kurfürst with Hydra might be close enough to cover this cap by now. But we probably at least want to stop them from pushing through the 9-10 line at some point. Now there's a Minotaur out in the open that's spotted. Maybe the Izumo can do something about it. Yeah, the Yamato should have shots as well. I currently don't. Also, I'm waiting for my smoke to be ready again. Now, in a minute, there will be a heal up for grabs, and since we're here, we might as well take it. I can position myself in here, probably smoke up again, and get some pew-pew going. Maybe I can even use the island. The Minotaur just went into concealment. Oh, we've lost our Izumo during the center. Well, okay, I guess the Izumo is not going to spank this Minotaur after all. So I got detected here. I'm gonna pop the smoke. Possibly from the Akizuki or something. Now, my guns sort of cover this buff, but not sure if you're gonna have vision. Viper is... They're peeking, but, you know, as I've said, there is a Kurfürst there. So they're gonna push in there with Hydra. The Baltimore is right behind it. Viper might be in some trouble here. Actually, I'm not sure. He might be stuck against this island, honestly. And there is the Raider. Now I'm getting a few shells into the Baltimore. But the Baltimore disappears. I'm launching some torps because the Akizuki could be around there. Who knows? Now we got the heal. The enemy Akizuki is probably getting their heal. And the Minotaur is spotted again. Now thankfully, I haven't really been shot at during that Raider because the enemy didn't have... well, or no dangerous ships had shot arcs at me. Now we have the Minotaur here fully broadside. This could be glorious. Oh, that's a bit of a disappointment there. Come on, give me citadels. Citadels. There is a citadel. But it's unfortunately only one. Minotaur is gonna go forward again. Now can we finish off that Minotaur? Doesn't look like it. So more concerningly, the Kurfürst might be getting really close. So there is the Minotaur again. Now the Minotaur is angled, which means my armor piercing will not be that effective. Also, I'm a bit in a bad situation because there are a lot of ships gonna push into me. Now it turns out the Yang down here is in the south, but more importantly right now I'm being pushed by Kurfürst. Now the Kurfürst is not hydring, possibly on cooldown. The Kurfürst is also not shooting me. for some reason, the Kurfürst is not shooting me. So, we're just gonna torp it then? So I'm popping a heal sort of preemptively. I got hit a little bit there, but you know. Now the Yu Yang is also going to shoot me. So let's retaliate in kind, although it's hard hitting destroyers at range with those shell arcs. Looks like some Yu Yang torps were there behind me, and I'm not sure if he has a reload boost already, or if there are more torps coming. But once again, I have bigger issues because there is a Yamato. And now this is a crucial mistake on my part. Using both launchers here is like, not everybody can be as the Kurfürst, as oblivious, right? Normally when you come around against the Minotaur, you're gonna go slow down and nose in. Now I have single launch torpedoes. If I had them ready right now, I would have gone now here, and then I would have unleashed a volley of single launch torpedoes against the Yamato with possibly great effect. Unfortunately, I mean, now there's also the radar again, which is unsurprising. I mean, it was clear that radar would happen at some point. And I'm afraid like those ships are not gonna ignore me just like the Kurfürst did. So I'm gonna try to launch some torps there. Maybe I should have just gone for the normal spread again. And what should have happened a while ago now happened. I'm down. So once again, if I had been a little bit more intelligent with my torpedo use, I could have certainly sunk the Yamato. But, you know, I guess I still got a high caliber. And even more funny, the Baltimore is eating a nose torp. But just imagine if with my first launch on the that I'd prepared, instead of like the wasted torps, I would have sent them nose in against the Yamato. I could have potentially, I mean, it's still a chance the Yamato would have dodged, but I could have potentially death struck the Yamato, and then it would have only been the Baltimore and the Kansas. But, you know, I fucked this up, and I mean, someone is still flooding. But the good news is, my team's gonna cap the center, we're gonna win on points, and let's just go to the results. So, despite my massive failure in the end, I still did quite well. And, I mean, that Kurfürst certainly helped. So, it was a fun game. It had its ups and downs. And it had a somewhat hilarious ending, I suppose. Because, like, even my failure is somewhat amusing. So, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. And I'll see you next time.